lounging, son.
All right, welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Manny.
And we are talking about a book that came out this week that we really dug. I've been kind of looking forward to it ever since it was announced. And it was announced a while ago. It's Deadpool Badder Blood, #1 by Rob Liefeld, on everything but the script, basically, and coloring. Chad Bowers did the script, and we got J. David Ramos on color. Shelby Robertson, I guess, ink assisted, which you don't often see him get. But anyways,
because Rob's been
usually he just inks himself.
Yeah,
except for that GI or the Snake Eyes where he had different inkers, which I thought was a really dope issue. But anyway, so this is the sequel to his Bad Blood original graphic novel, which was released a few years ago, and also was re-released as single issues recently.
Which is how I read it, actually. I never got the graphic novel, but I do have the single issues.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to read this book for a while. I love every time Rob does the Deadpool book. I think
I do too, man. It's like like the prodigal son coming home or whatever,
Yeah.
Like it's Rob returning to like the character that first put him on the map, on my map anyway. Obviously on most, like it's him returning to his to one of his biggest creations. And like you said, there's just something special about Rob handling Deadpool that I really enjoy.
I also his Wolverine is probably one of my favorite depictions of Wolverine. I think he does a really good Wolverine. And then we got Cable in here too. And I even from the opening thing where Deadpool's like talking to the reader, and he's like, "Listen, full disclosure, I'm off, no doubt, doing something world changing, my regular monthly, and won't show up until halfway through."
Yeah.
That shit made me laugh too, And I guess if you haven't read Bad Blood, this character of Thumper was a character he created for Bad Blood, which was tied back to Wade Wilson's past of this kid that was like, I don't want to say obsessed with him, but like wanted to be just like him, And then, so when Deadpool went through the Weapon H program or Weapon X program, I think it's Department H, and he had all those experiments, and he wanted to be an even worse or like an even more of a killing machine than Deadpool was, and like now he's like this like giant fucking thing, and he's getting revenge on the guy that created
the scientist.
Scientist created him, and he's like saying all these codes like abridge, banner, graduate, obstacle. That's the override code, and he doesn't override them at all. And then we get this page.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's a dope ass page. You got Cable and you got Wolverine. I love it when he draws those two together.
Yeah, this is
interesting to see also like how Rob's art has changed over the years, but still like it's still so distinct. Like
it's his faces, man. His faces are what sells it. Like obviously, like if you're a Liefeld fan, you can tell the flourishes on the rest of the art, but it's his faces that they pull me in, dude. And I love this particular panel too, that we right here with the Wolverine going up. I think I really love that shot.
I love that too, man. Like
look at this. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you mentioned the faces, which is also true, but there's also something about like the dynamicism of like the way that he does his layouts.
Oh, of course. I'm just saying that like his faces are like so distinct, But yes, the layouts
they are especially the eyes. Mm-hmm. Like I really see like he draws eyes very specifically, and like again look nice, like great Wolverine down there.
No, I mean look, and you're wondering like, why are Wolverine and Cable going after this? Yeah, I know I haven't even got to that page yet, but yes, I know I love it, and he's at home when he's drawing his like these are his children, like not Wolverine, but like Cable and Deadpool. And I wish we could get like a yearly project from him, like either a Wolverine or either a Deadpool book or a Cable book. And if he flip-flopped, I'd love to see more of his Cable, because like we don't really see.
I'd love to see more of his old character, DW Bridge. I'd love to see all those characters. Like Kane. But I'm a big fan of what he created, and it's always so cool to see him return to it.
And it's weird because like you look at creations that were created, I guess it was like 89, 90, right? But how many characters have had lasting staying power? And how many characters that are created, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago that we still talk about. It's rare. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see some of these characters stick, but these characters that he created back then, Domino, Cable, Deadpool, like they're all still so active in Marvel Comics, you know. And we finally get to Deadpool. He's finally, like he said, he's not going to come till midway through the story. Get some good shots here, and then basically, like, why were Cable and Wolverine going after Thumper? Why were they involved? And Deadpool had sent them there to fucking like kind of take care of him, you know. And they don't take care of him. They bring the fucking scientist back with them, and he's like, you don't know what he's done. And Cable's like, my house, my rules. And I love that look, because the dynamic between Nathan and Wade is one of, I mean, dude, like, it's like a Lethal Weapon type relationship.
Yeah, it's like a weird like buddy cop like frenemy sort of like.
Yeah, like 48 hours, you know. It's like it's such a good dynamic. That's why I like that Cable Deadpool book that was out like early, I think maybe 2005, 2006. I could be wrong in terms of the year. It's such a good idea for a book. I'm surprised they haven't tried to go back to that, and like even as a mini series. I know they've done a one shot a few years ago. I love this, dude. And like, obviously Wolverine and Deadpool have this certain rapport between them, this certain, like, you know, Wolverine can't stand him at times, but I love. And then we got this. Look at this, dude. Like, it's just full of so many great
prop for like the old school like tan Wolverine costume also, you know, like.
Well, that's, yeah, and I love that they've been doing that in the current X-Men run when they brought,
when he suits up,
right, when Hickman took over with House of X, Powers of 10, all that stuff, this entire like Krakoa era, they brought back the brown and tan. That's my favorite version of his costume.
Mine too. But I also love this bit here where he has to
I love this, like, where his claw is like right by his eye. That's such a good
shot.
I
was gonna say, that's a great scene. I also love like the page that follows, like the close up of, like, you know, Wolverine gritting his teeth, you know.
And then look at that snacked. I don't think I've ever seen that sound effect.
No, snicked, yeah, but not snacked.
Yeah, like of it retracting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
That's true. Like, that's a good.
Man, dude, I really dug this comic. It's just such a fun comic, man. And then I love when he does these two, these double page spreads. He's doing a lot of great stuff.
Oh, this shit was so funny too, with like the fucking
the golden gorilla balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's hilarious, dude. Cut off his supply chain, if you know what I mean.
I love Wade. Yeah. Great image here too, you know.
That's the thing, dude, is he like you were saying, like I said, like his faces are so distinct, like, you know, it's a Liefeld book, but you're right, his layouts, and I mean, not that I didn't agree with you, but like the layouts are so important to what Rob does with his books. They're so integral. Like, he does these good action shots. His pacing is always really fun. His, you know, like it keeps everything moving, you know, like, they're fast reads, but it's not that they're fast reads because you're trying to get through it. It's not that they're fast reads because like there's not much going on. It's just like it moves at a breakneck pace. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of dialogue here, so it's look not at like this too. Look at that one, dude. Like, that's such a good shot. There's just like there's the perfect amount of humor. Like, there's an action scene every few pages that keeps the story rolling, you know, like he knows these characters very well, and he knows how to play in this sandbox very well by now. Obviously, he created it, so it feels effortless to see him jump back into it. And like you said, I'm glad that he comes back and does these projects, because I always want to see Rob working on the stuff he created. Like, it's like a warm blanket, dude. It's like coming home, you know, like when you see these projects. And then, of course, spoiler at the end, we do get a new character he's introducing. Shatterstorm. No, it's great. And like, we get this, you know, like the Tiger, who was an ex of Wolverine's. That's who was in that double page spread in Madripoor. You know, we see that Thumper is working with her, and so that's the whole like fight scene at the end. And, you know, Thumper makes his escape, and that's where we get I love, he's like, Shatterstar, and she's like, she's close. Like, not even close. Yeah. And you know, that's a great moment too. And like, that's another, like, think back as to like the way he introduced Deadpool, or like or even Cable, like he's really good at these like dramatic intros, you know. And it's great to see it there. And like he said, he's still creating new ideas and new characters even today, you know, like adding to like the legacy that he's already left at Marvel.
You know, so I love to see him, go back to his creations. I'm a fan anytime Rob is going to draw something. I've been
Same.
a fan of Rob since I was a kid, and I'm going to continue to read his comics. And like you, I was very excited when this was announced, and I loved it, man. I'm glad.
No, it's a great book. I never did an episode on the Kill Force one shot.
Dude, you just read my mind. I literally was
So
about to be, yeah, like I'm like,
so we should do an episode on that too. I
yeah,
bought
yeah,
like all of the covers too. I bought all the connecting like the of just like each character.
yeah, and
But
that was
yeah,
a fun issue too.
yeah, no, it was a great one. I don't know why I didn't do an episode. I think I wasn't doing picks of the week at that point anymore. It's when I kind of was taking a little bit of a break in terms of my content, but we should definitely we'll put that one
I
under the
agree.
under the microscope when we do that one. That'll be
I
a fun one
agree.
to
I
go
think that
through.
would be a great idea.
But it's cool, like you mentioned, like you love when Rob goes back and works on his characters. But what I think is cool is that Marvel will reach out to him too, because he talks about it on Robservations, his podcast, about how they will ask him, "Hey, do you want to do something for this anniversary?" Or if he goes to them and he's like, "Yeah," and they're down for it, because it's not like he doesn't own these characters, so he can't just be
No,
like, "I'm doing this book." Like they have to approve it, and they always do. They always reach out to him. They always include him in the anniversaries, and I think that that's important to note that while he may not own the characters, he did create them, and the fact that the publisher still reaches out to the creators of some of these characters and asks them to be a part of stuff that they're doing, I think is awesome. And the fact that he's still adding stuff to the history of the character, because I didn't finish the episode, but he did an episode. I think it dropped this week on Tuesday, so a couple of days ago, as of the day we're recording, about the creation of Badder Blood. But he also mentions Bad Blood and how they had reached out to him about doing an original graphic novel. He originally was going to make this kid. He was going to make Wade a bully and or kind of bullying this kid, but they told him like not to do it or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I totally understand. But the creation of like, or not the creation, but showing Wade in the past, and that it had never been done up until that point. And I think that that's interesting too, like not seeing a young Wade Wilson and kind of seeing where he came from and how he got to where he was, and building out his rogues gallery, because Deadpool doesn't really have a rogues gallery if you
no. I
if you
mean,
really think about it.
there's Tolliver, but like that was kind of the bad guy for that whole crew, like, and that was. But you're right. Yeah, he doesn't really have a rogues gallery.
So it's cool, like you said, it's cool that he's still creating new
Yeah,
characters, at Marvel, and still kind of like fleshing out, Wade's past, and that that these are in continuity. These aren't just like, okay, we'll let Rob do what he's going to do. Like, no, these have importance to the character's history and to stuff moving forward.
agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, I really dug the book. Go pick it up. You won't be disappointed, especially if you're a Rob Liefeld mark like Manny and I. And I can't wait to see what comes next. I'm excited to see what's up with the Shatterstorm. I think there's other characters he's introducing in the miniseries, if I remember correctly.
I
That he
think
was
so
saying.
too. Yeah.
So go pick up the book, go check it out, and yeah, make sure you follow us on our social media. Our links are down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video goes up. And on that note, we're out.
See you next time.